Hey, what's going on there, guys? Nick here from Absolute MTG, and we're back with another Magic the Gathering product opening video. Today I have for you the Theros intro pack, Devotion to Darkness. So this is the blue-black intro pack, and this is probably the easiest way for newer players to get into the game. These intro packs are really cheap to pick up, and they come with a 60-card pre-built deck that has one rare and one foil rare, which our foil rare here is the Abhorrent Overlord. And we also get two sealed 15-card booster packs for Theros as well, which is a whole lot of value. That's really awesome to be able to get all of that just in one intro pack. And they're pretty cheap as well. There's going to be a link down in the description where you guys can actually purchase one. So we are going to open this on up. We're going to see what we have inside, and we're also going to crack the booster packs that we have open and see if we can make any improvements to this deck. So let's see here. This is going to pull out, and then we have our sealed pack for the deck. And we have our booster packs here. Our two Theros boosters, and we have two inserts, one that talks about the different intro packs that Theros has. So we're just gonna open this up real quick just so you guys can see at least part of it. Can do this without tearing it completely apart. So it's going to talk about the different intro packs that are in this set, what cards they come with and whatnot, and a little bit of background on how each of the intro packs are themed and how the decks work and whatnot. We're going to toss that off to the side, and then we have the insert for how to play Magic for beginners. And we're going to move this box off to the side as well. And the first thing that we're going to take a look at is the deck itself. If I can just get this open here. There we go. So the first card that we have is the Abhorrent Overlord, 6/6 for 7 flying creature. Whenever it enters the battlefield, put a number of 1/1 black Harpy creature tokens with flying onto the battlefield equal to your devotion to black. At the beginning of your upkeep, you have to sacrifice a creature, which is just fine because we're going to be making a crap ton of 1/1s off of the Overlord, hopefully at least. We have Child of Night. We have two of those. We have Returned Phalanx, two of those as well. Blood-Toll Harpy. We have Mogis' Marauder, two of those. Some Undead Minotaurs. Disciple of Phenax. We have Insatiable Harpy, flying lifelink 2/2 for 4. Grey Merchant of Asphodel, which is a common, which I hope to pull at least like 1 or 2 out of these booster packs so we can add that in, because this is a great card in a black devotion deck. We have a Horizon Scholar, we have 2 of those. Minotaur Abomination, and then we have our basic lands, we have our swamps, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then our islands, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 is about right for this deck, especially because we're going big for cards like Abhorrent Overlord. We have Witch's Eye. We have Boon of Erebos, Ordeal of Thassa, Voyage's End. We have Pharika's Cure, Glimpse the Future, another Glimpse the Future. We have March of the Returned, Griptide. We have Whip of Erebos, which is awesome. Creatures you control have lifelink, and for 4 mana tap, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste and exile it at the beginning of the next end step. If the card would leave the battlefield by any other means, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else, and you can only activate the ability at a sorcery speed anytime you could cast the sorcery. And we have Lash of the Whip. We have Rescue from the Underworld, Sea God's Revenge. We have Sip of Hemlock, and another Sip of Hemlock, so 2 of those. So pretty cool deck overall. I really like the Black Devotion theme, and being able to play like Grey Merchant and the Overlord is definitely a whole lot of fun. So now let's crack open our booster packs, see what we have inside of there, and see if we can get any blue or black cards that are going to be added to this deck. So, starting off our first pack, we have Mnemonic Wall, we have a Viper's Kiss, Lightning Strike, Ray of Dissolution, we have Wave Crash Triton, Scourge Mark, Coastline Chimera, Rage of Perforos, Satyr Hedonist, we have Read the Bones, which could definitely be played, we have Magma Jet, Fanatic of Mogis, Ordeal of Nylea, we have Titan of the Eternal Fire as our rare, so it's a 5/6 for 6, and each human creature you control has 1 red tap. This creature deals 1 damage to target creature or player. That's our rare, and then we have a island and a soldier. So we have the Titan as our rare. Not really what we want to see in a blue-black deck, but the blue-black cards that we did pull are these ones. And we definitely do have some things that could be played. The wall's not awful. Wave Crash Titan we might not play because we don't have enough ways to interact with the Heroic here just to start off this deck. Scourge Mark may or may not be played. It's not really the biggest thing in terms of enchantments that will be beneficial, but it does add towards Devotion. It does draw us a card whenever it enters the battlefield, and it gives the enchanted creature +1/+0. But Read the Bones definitely has a whole lot of potential for being played in this deck. So there's that. Now let's open up the second booster pack, see what we have inside of here. So we have Battlewise Valor, we have Nessian Asp, Viper's Kiss again, Dragon Mantle, Staunch Hearted Warrior, we have Scholar of Theros, Silent Artisan, Blood-Toll Harpy, could be played. We have Wingsteed Rider, Spearpoint Oread, Phalanx Leader, we have Satyr Piper, Thassa's Emissary, could be played, definitely. It's a really solid blue creature. And we have Temple of Mystery. So it is a Scryland, but unfortunately it's not the one that we want to see here. We would much rather see the blue-black dual land for the Scryland here, but a Scryland is pretty awesome nonetheless. It adds green or blue to our mana pool, enters the battlefield tapped, so it's kind of like a Guild Gate. But the benefit is that whenever it enters the battlefield, we get the Scry 1. And then we have a Plains and a Tip card. So these are the 2 rares that we have. And then we have Thassa's Emissary, we had the Viper's Kiss again, Blood-Toll Harpy. That's pretty much it. So let's get the blue and black cards out of here. And let's take a look at where we can make some improvements. Now, the first thing that what I would want to do to this deck, because that only has 2 Grey Merchants, is definitely to go and add 2 more Grey Merchants in if you guys have them. It's only a common, but Grey Merchant is a fantastic card for this deck. Things that I'm not really as impressed with would be, well, let's take a look. Sip of Hemlock, you can replace it with something faster in terms of removal, like Hero's Downfall if you have it, which is a rare from this set. So it's definitely a lot faster than a 6 mana sorcery speed that is going to destroy a target creature. Lash of the Whip is also somewhat slow, so those would be the things that I would try to find some quicker removal for. Maybe even Doomblade. Doomblade's pretty nice as well. March of the Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to the hand. I'm not really as thrilled with that. It's definitely nice you get to get something back, but the whole thing with us is that if we have anything in our graveyard, we're going to be able to use the Whip to reanimate it and be able to use it. So it's a little bit redundant for getting back creatures. Other than that, Witch's Eye maybe will take out this as well. We could play like a creature over the Witch's Eye. It is going to be a 1-cost artifact that equips for 1, and the equipped creature has 1 mana tap, and we get the Scry 1, which it's nice to scry, but we want to be using, like, we want to have our scry be off of cards that we're already playing and not like going out of our way to invest mana and tap creatures to just scry. So I think the two big things that I would like to add, even though Thassa's Emissary doesn't add towards our devotion to black, Thassa's Emissary is awesome, and it is going to allow us to, whenever it or the enchanted creature off of Bestow, if we use Bestow, deals combat damage to a player, we get to draw a card and it enchants a creature and gives it +3/+3 if we use Bestow, but it's a 3/3 creature for 4 nonetheless, which is pretty cool. And then we have Read the Bone. So those are the two things that I really want to add in here, which I think make the deck better just right from the start. Scourge Mark adds towards our devotion, and Blood-Toll Harpy is another flying creature, which is pretty cool. So let's take these out real quick, put those up there, and find the slots where we would be adding these. So 3 mana is going to go right around here. And then Thassa's Emissary for 4 mana creatures is going to go right here. For the rest of the stuff, we have a 3/3 for 2 Defender that for 2 mana it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. That's pretty alright. That's a pretty solid creature to have, even as just a blocker. Griptide is awesome, being able to put a creature on top of its owner's library. Honestly, I would just like to add in the Blood-Toll Harpy. That's probably the only thing I want to add. And I'm probably going to be looking at taking out this Child of Night, because Lifelink is awesome. However, we don't really have a whole lot of ways of like making it bigger, other than like the Ordeal and obviously using the Thassa's Emissary to make it bigger. But other than that, it doesn't really have like an amazing role in this type of a deck. So I'd probably want another Blood-Toll Harpy because it has flying. It gets through a little bit easier with attacks because of that flying, and it's going to force each player to lose 1 life, which it does drain us 1 life, but it also drains our opponent 1 life, which is cool. That's what we want to have pretty much happening. So that's pretty much the improvements that I think that I would want to make just from the start here. Other than that, there really isn't a whole lot. Like, you can add some better removal, like maybe some Doom Blades, some Heroes Downfalls instead of these, just to make it some cheaper costed removal. But ultimately, the deck is really cool, and I definitely like the mono black or black splash blue aspect of playing like a devotion-based deck. So that's definitely a really awesome. Devotion is a really cool mechanic, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this unboxing video and improvements that we made to this deck with the booster packs that we opened up. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Magic the Gathering content and all that cool stuff. The rares that we got are the foil Overlord, and we also got our Sip of Erebos, which is such a fun card to be able to play. And we also got our Temple of Mastery on our Titan of Eternal Fire. So again, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, peace out.